If your Instagram views have collapsed in the last 12 months, you cannot work out why that actually is. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened, exactly when it happened, and exactly what to do about it. And it's not a shadow ban. It is not the algorithm hating you, and it's not your content getting worse. It is one specific change that Instagram made to how the platform works that almost no creator in this industry has been told about. And you have been posting against the new rules using the old playbook. By the end of this video, you will understand the new game, you will know how to actually play it, and you will stop blaming yourself for views you were never going to get with your current strategy. Quick bit about me. I run Prestige Partners. We have worked with creators doing anywhere from 5k a month to up to over 250k a month. And out of every creator I get on a call with who is stuck below where they want to be, the bottleneck is almost always the same thing. It is traffic. Not their content quality, not their personality, not their work ethic. It is that not enough of the right people are landing on their page in the first place. Now, this video is for you if you are doing all the right things, you are posting consistently, your content is good, and the views are just not coming the way they used to. By the end of the next 10 minutes, you're going to understand exactly why the platform changed, why generic content now dies on arrival, and what the creators who are still pulling proper numbers are actually doing differently. And I'm going to tell you about a creator I spoke to recently whose reel pulled 5 million views and bought her exactly 12 new subscribers. 12. From 5 million views. The reason that happened is the entire point of this video. And once you understand it, the way you think about Instagram will never be the same again. I will get to her in just a minute. The platform fundamentally changed, right? And nobody has told you this. Now, let me explain what actually happened, because once you understand the mechanism, the fix becomes obvious. Now, a few years ago, Instagram and TikTok were in a war for attention, essentially. Everyone was glued to their phone. The algorithms were optimized to push out anything that got engagement. And then the bar for what counted as good content was basically on the floor. You could essentially film yourself dancing in a bikini in front of a mirror, slap a viral sound on it, post it, and pull 1 million views without trying. And because there was so much attention flying around and everyone was watching everything indiscriminately, that 1 million views actually translated into real subscribers and real money. So if you started Onlyfans between 2019 and 2023, you remember that era. It was almost too easy. That era is dead. And look, it is not coming back. The reason is that Instagram completely changed how it decides what to show people. So the old algorithm worked like this. You posted a reel, Instagram showed it to a small batch of random people, watched what happened, and if engagement was high enough, it pushed it out to a bigger batch, then a bigger one, snowballing as long as it kept performing. Now, generic engagement was the signal and big generic reach was the reward. The new algorithm is different. You post a reel and Instagram tries to figure out who specifically would actually want to watch this based on years of behavioral data they have collected on every single user. And it serves it to those people first. If those specific people watch it through, like it, save it, comment on it, then it pushes it out to more people who are similar to them. Now, the reach is now built on relevance, not on generic engagement. That one shift is the entire reason your views have collapsed. Because if your content is not speaking to like specific people with specific interests, the algorithm does not know who to show it to, and it just dies. It is not punishing you, it is not flagging you, it genuinely cannot figure out who would care, so it shows it to almost nobody. You panic, you post more, and the same thing happens again. 6 months later, you're exhausted, your views are still in the toilet, and you have convinced yourself something is wrong with you. Now, nothing is wrong with you. You are playing the old game on a platform that does not exist anymore. Specificity is the only fix, and most creators get this wrong. Here's the biggest problem I see with creators in this industry. Almost nobody is targeting a specific audience. They think they are, but they're not. I will have a creator on a call and I will ask, who's your target audience? Who are you marketing this content for? And they'll say something like, men who like big boobs, or men who like feet, or men who like dommy girls. Now, those are not target audiences. Those are huge sprawling categories that include millions of completely different people who have nothing in common except for one interest. The algorithm cannot do anything with that. It's too broad, and it's like saying your target audience is people who breathe oxygen. Technically accurate, completely useless. The creators who are actually winning right now are the ones who have gone properly specific. Not big boobs, not feet, not dommy girls, a lane. They have picked one and they have gone deep into it. They make content that is unmistakably for one type of guy, and that guy watches it and goes, oh my God, this is exactly what I want. I have never seen anyone make content like this before. Now the algorithm picks up on that, serves the content to more guys exactly like him, and suddenly the creator has small but intense audience that converts at insane rates because every single person watching is essentially the perfect customer. Now, let me give you a specific example. Imagine you are a creator who lives somewhere coastal, right? You like fishing, you like being on the water, and you have a bit of a boat girl aesthetic. You actually enjoy that lifestyle. The lazy way to play it is to film yourself in a bikini on a beach with a viral sound and call it content. You'll get some views maybe, but you're competing with millions of other creators doing the exact same thing. And the algorithm then has no idea who to show you to because there is nothing specific about your content. Now imagine you leaned all the way into the boat girl thing. You film yourself going out fishing, you review some tackle, you do day in the life on a boat. You make content for guys who are obsessed with fishing, who spend their weekends on boats, who follow other fishing accounts on Instagram. Suddenly, the algorithm goes, I know exactly who to show this to. And it starts pushing your content to a really specific group of guys. And those guys are looking at your content thinking, a girl who actually understands fishing, where has she been all my life? They follow you immediately. They then engage with everything you post. They subscribe, the conversion rate goes through the roof because every person watching is exactly the kind of guy who will spend money on you. That is the entire game now. You're not trying to reach the most people, you are trying to reach exactly the right people, and here is something I want you to hold on to for the next 2 minutes. There is a single test you can run on your last viral reel that will tell you immediately whether the people watching you are the right people or completely the wrong ones. Now, most creators have never done this, and I will get to it at the end of the video because the next bit is what makes the test actually mean something. Vanity metrics are the trap, and the test proves that. This is the part that messes with creators' heads the most. And this is where I have to tell you the story I promised you at the start. When you go specific, your view counts will probably drop at first. That is not a sign something is wrong. That is actually a sign something is right. Because instead of getting 500,000 views from random people who will never spend a penny on you, you might get 30,000 views from people who are exactly your type of guy. And 200 of them might convert into paying subscribers. And that 30,000 view reel will make you more money than the 500k view reel ever could. It is hard to wrap your head around because the dopamine hit of high view counts is real. But the views are not what is paying you. Buyers are what is paying you. And buyers come from being specific. Here's the story. I was on a call recently with a creator who had a reel hit 5 million views. 5 million. And she got 12 new subs out of it. 12. She was sat there going, I do not understand. How can a reel do 5 million views and bring in 12 subs? And the answer was the 5 million views came from completely the wrong people. India, teenagers, women, accounts with no buying intent at all. The algorithm pushed it out to anyone because the content was not specific enough to tell the algorithm who it was for. So it just went to whoever might glance at it. And almost none of those people were her audience. 5 million worthless views. Meanwhile, a creator I know who does properly specific content for a niche audience pulled 40,000 views on a reel last week, and she got hundreds of paying subscribers from it. 40,000 views, hundreds of subscribers, right? Way more money from a fraction of the reach, because the right 40,000 people will beat the wrong 5 million. And here is the test I promised you. Go to your last reel that did decent numbers, the one you were proud of, and look at the audience breakdown in the analytics. Look at the location data, look at the gender split, look at the age split. Be honest about what you see. If the majority of the views came from countries with no buying power, from women instead of men, from teenagers instead of adults, then you've just proven the point. The reel did not fail because it was bad. The reel succeeded at reaching the wrong people because essentially the content was not specific enough to tell the algorithm, like, look, these are the right people, essentially. And look, every single reel you post that follows the same pattern is then gonna reach the same wrong audience. So no matter how many views it actually pulls, that is basically the test. It takes 90 seconds and it'll probably be the most uncomfortable 90 seconds that you spend on Instagram this month, because once you see the data, you cannot unsee it. So if you are sat there right now, obsessing over your view count, stop. The view count is simply a vanity metric. The number that actually matters is how many of the people who saw your content were the right people. And the way you make sure those people are the right people is by making content that is specifically for them, not for everyone. So here is a practical thing to do next. Sit down for an hour on your own and think really hard about the type of guy who is most likely to become obsessed with you. Not just glance at you briefly, I mean like obsessed. Like, what does his life look like? What is his job? What are his hobbies? And what does he watch on YouTube, for example? What does he scroll on Instagram? What is he secretly searching for that he cannot find anywhere else? Then ask yourself, what content can I make that this exact guy will see and immediately think, where has she been all my life? That is the content that the algorithm will push, and that is the content that will convert. Now, once you have got it, commit to it. Do not switch up your strategy every 2 weeks just because you saw another creator going viral with something completely different. Specificity needs time to compound. The algorithm needs to figure out who you are before it can serve your content to the right people. And it cannot do that if you keep changing what you are doing every fortnight. So pick your lane and stay in it. Now, the reason your views are in the toilet is not because you are shadow banned or because Instagram hates you. It is simply because the platform changed and the way you are using it has not. The whole game has changed and nobody told you. Now you know, so go and do something with it. Now look, my life is not gonna change whether you decide to book a call with my team or not, but yours could. So if you've been stuck below where you want to be and you know you should be, and you are starting to realize that, look, your traffic strategy is the actual problem, and you want to talk to someone who can help and build a real plan around your specific audience instead of just telling you to post more, the link to book a call is in the description. There's no pressure, just, we'll have a real conversation about where you are stuck and what we would actually do about it. That is it. Now, if you drew some value from this, drop a like, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you in the next one.